G'day guys, Bud from Survivor Southwest here, and today we're going to go through a few things that you can do to keep you warm and to help preserve that heat that you can create with a fire and bits and pieces like that. Before I get into this, if you do like what you see on my channel, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and share my videos around and whack some comments in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I've chosen where I'm going to stay, and I've chosen this because I'm on the side of a hill. Now, I could have gone up the top of the hill, but if I go up to the top of the hill, I'm going to be exposed to the wind and stuff like that. If the wind does pick up, at the moment there's not much wind around, so it's good. If I went down the hill, usually in the bottom of a valley it is quite a bit cooler than up the top. So I've decided on a happy medium between top and bottom, so I'm protected from the wind and I'm out of the deep cold of the valley there. So around the middle is where you want to be, but again, that's going to be a situational sort of thing. You may not be able to camp on the side of a hill. If it's pouring down with rain, the side of a hill is probably not where you want to be. Now, I've also done the look up check, so there is nothing dead above me that's going to fall down. And so I've just set myself up a hoochie, just a bit of a lean-to with a point in the middle. That's enough to keep me and my gear just out of the open, and I can close it up too, just for a bit of added heat retention. But what I'm going to run through as well is building a little firewall. Now, when you light a fire, it radiates heat in 360 degrees, like all around it's radiating heat. And you're only getting that little bit of it. So what I want to do is I just want to create a little wall to reflect some of that heat back towards the opening of my tent. So let's get into that. Okay, so you're going to need a few things for this. You're going to need some earth stakes. So basically that's all they are. They just go on the ground to construct the wall. Now I tend to use 3. 2 in the front, 1 in the back, depending on the size of the fire or the wall you want to build. You can use 4 and just go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And the other thing you're going to need is a bunch of logs and sticks of various sizes, because you want to try and have as little gaps in that wall as possible. For this, it's better to use green wood, so it's better to cut something down and build it that way, because at least then that wall has got less chance of catching on fire because it's still got a lot of moisture in it. For this video though, I am using all dead wood because I didn't want to cut anything down just to make a video. So let's get into that. So starting with, that's probably my thickest branch there. So what I want to do is I'm going to build my fire right here in front of my tent. It's only going to be a little fire. It doesn't need to be huge because it's just for myself. And if I wanted to cook on it, cooking on a really large fire isn't really practical. So what I want to do is just drive these into the ground. And this rear one to hold it. And then all it is a matter. Now you want to try and get rid of any of these little branches that are sticking off it. Just because a lot of the times they're going to get in the way. And then every now and then you may just need to adjust these if your logs are pushing them out. And it's sort of like weaving in a way with doing this. Now using 3, it can tend to get a bit wider. That's why a lot of people tend to use 4. They'll use 2 there and 2 there. I find that 3 is enough for what I do, because it only needs to be a little wall, because it's only a little fire. But you can get as large and elaborate with this wall as possible. But if it's only for one night, it's a lot of work to put in. Okay, so that one's not going to snap, but that's fine, because I can just lock that in there. I'll move you around this side so you can see what's going on here. So there's the wall there. There's not too many gaps in it, but that is going to reflect a lot of heat from that fire straight into there. Another thing, what I could do is, if I didn't have a mat, I would collect up a lot of this, a lot of leaves, and I would lay that down and create kind of a mattress with that. Just beware of creepy crawlies and stuff like that if you are picking it up off the ground, because you don't really want to be sleeping with them. But I carry a mat with me, as you can see it there. It also doubles as padding for my back. But you want to keep yourself off the ground as well, because the ground will suck the heat out of you, especially here. The ground's dry, but you go down a little bit and it starts to get a bit moist, so that ground gets very cold at night. So you want to try and keep yourself up off of that if possible. So now all that's left to do is to build myself a little fire, which, because this is right by my tent, I'm definitely going to want to make sure that I clear the area completely of anything that can catch fire. Because the last thing I want to do is be asleep in there and have the ground around my camp catch fire. So there we have it, guys. My little camping setup is complete for the night. I've got my little rebound wall for the radiant heat coming off a fire that I'm going to put here. I've cleared the ground. Now that tent I can close, but I want to try and get some nice warmth in there. I can close it because there's a few mosquitoes out here, but the smoke should keep the mosquitoes away a bit. And yeah, I've chosen my ground carefully where I've set up my camp. Nothing above me. I'm not up on top of a hill where I'm exposed to the elements. I'm not down in the bottom where I'm exposed to the cold of the valley. So once again, guys, if you like what you see on my channel, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and share my videos around. And if there's anything specific you want me to do, chuck a comment in the section below, and I will see you all next time.